We've been doing the Sunday sit down for a couple months now, and usually it's myself with Mitchell or Rebecca, or usually the two of us kind of sitting here. Well, this morning's a little different. As you can probably see here, it's nobody sitting here with me in this space, but actually Victoria is joining me from Colorado, which is just really fun. We are living in the future, my friends, which is just an amazing thing. So Vic, thanks for joining me this morning.
I am very excited to be here, and I love that this is how we're doing church right now. This is amazing.
Isn't it cool? So you just never know. We may call you one Sunday and be like, "Hey, somebody had to drop out for the Sunday sit down. Could you just hop in real fast? I know you're at home on your couch, probably in your pajamas still, but could you just join me for the Sunday sit?" I'm just kidding. We won't really do that. We'll be a little bit more proactive than that. But no, so this is cool. So it's back to school Sunday here at White Rock, and I mean, I got to tell you, right? Like, this is not the normal back to school Sunday, right, Vic?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, nothing is normal right now, right? Like I've been having so many conversations with our families about, orientation is online and they're just now meeting their teachers for the first time via Zoom. And, it's so different than, the hustle and bustle of like, it's Labor Day weekend. So we are, a week into school and we're getting into the groove, and it's very different right now. And I think, it's just where we are right now.
I feel like, don't they usually assign a word of the year, or like there was one word for the year? I feel like unprecedented is going to be the word for 2020, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of words that could be qualified for the word of the year this year, just because there's a lot of chaos going on right now in the world. But like unprecedented seems like the word that keeps getting used over and over and over and over. Like, this is an unprecedented back to school. And so we know that this isn't normal for a lot of people, and the fact that you're in Colorado and not sitting here with me is not normal, kind of unprecedented, but like we're doing it, and we're going to make it work, and we're going to do the best of what we have. And so we thought, like, hey, again, school's not normal this year, back to school is not normal, church is not normal, right? We're not sitting here in the building. So we thought, what are things that we can do, right, as a staff of White Rock? What are things that we can do to kind of help? Well, it's not bringing about normalcy, but like at least meet you where you are, right? Meet our congregation where they are in this space to kind of give them some excitement and some encouragement for back to school. So will you walk me through a little bit of the process of what you've been working with as our family pastor?
Yeah. So one of the things that really stood out to me is just like how much our kids have lost from not being able to be in person. Whether that's not being able to see their friends or not being able to see their family. And I think that the kids, I really honestly have done an incredible job of kind of hanging in there as the adults are trying to just navigate. But one of the things that's made me really sad is that the kids are just not excited about school. A lot of them are sad, and a lot of them are maybe excited to see their friends online, but they're disappointed. And so one of the things that we put together over the past couple of weeks were these really amazing back to school boxes. Phil has one in Dallas. And inside of them, so each box we had a kid, every kid in our family ministry got a box. So inside the boxes, I'm actually going to open my box while we're sitting here.
So if your kid did not get one of these boxes, that means we don't have your contact info.
That's correct.
Right. So that means you should reach out to Vic today.
And I do have
let her
extra
know
boxes if you would like one. So if you didn't get one and you really want one, seriously, send us a message or send me an email.
It's not too late.
Okay, so what we had them do is on every box, there was a sticker, and it told them not to open it yet because you're going to see during worship a really fantastic compilation of the kids opening their boxes. So all the parents did a great job of recording our kids opening the boxes. So we're going to open our boxes here so we can see what's inside.
Also, this tape that you got is legit.
Thank you. It a big shout out to Jenny Hughes, who, fun fact, the paper tape, does not come with adhesive. You have to get it wet and put it on the box itself. So for every box, there's a top and a bottom.
You are getting the behind the scenes on the making of these boxes.
So I wrote all the kids a letter. There's just like a note from all of us to tell them that we love them, what this is for, and just reminding them that they're doing a great job. And then I didn't realize this until I was putting it together, but I gave them a toy, which is confetti to throw all over their house. So really sorry to all of our parents.
Yeah, we're still finding it in cracks and crevices, right? There's blue and gold all over our house of these things.
If it makes you feel better, I ordered 30 pounds of it, and it's all over my house too. And then what we did is I put together, I reached out to a local artist, and we put together like a how to draw all the things. There's like activities in here for kids to learn how to draw things, because I know you guys are looking for things for them to do at home. I put in.
This is how's it popping?
Yeah. So a little check-in on how you're feeling. Like, is it popping good, popping bad, sad, happy, whatever. Some movement. So some yoga poses for like being angry or sad or happy, just a way to kind of get our bodies moving as we're kind of, feeling stuff, which I think all of our kids are feeling, but maybe don't have the words to say.
So if you're a parent watching this right now, I would love to know what your kid's favorite yoga pose on this sheet is right now. You can comment on the Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, you can comment there. But there are just some really cool poses here. So let us know what your kids were loving on this.
And then we got some really fun custom cookies that say you're loved, that just remind our kids that they're important and we miss them.
Also, that's just I put that on our Instagram page this morning too, and I feel like we just can't say that enough right now, right? Like, you are loved. I know we just finished with our our worship series last week on this whole idea, and the last sermon we had was like this idea of beloved, and like, again, let's just pause and remember, even in the chaos, you are loved. Okay.
Yes, exactly. We had another reminder of them being loved and their backpack tags, which we always do backpack tags, but usually we give them out in person. And so I felt like it was super important to still include them because eventually you'll use your backpack again, whether or not it's now. And we want you to remember that you are very loved. So we have that with a little note on the back that reminds them that even though we're apart, that you are very loved by everyone.
I love that so much.
Glitter crayons because, we've got to amp it up from just regular crayons. And then this really awesome coloring book that actually, Phil, I don't even know if you know this. So this book was put together by the Bomb Factory in Deep Ellum, and all the proceeds went to Big Thought and Cafe Momentum. So, yeah, so the book is filled with like all these cool murals in Deep Ellum and then like a place for you to find them. So there you go. I love you. We got the geometric wall. Super fun.
We've already heard that some families have colored them and then gone and done like kind of scavenger hunts down in Deep Ellum, right?
Yeah, a bunch of families sent me some pictures of them just standing outside the mural after they had colored the book, which is so fun. And then my book, we got a book there. We got these cups. So mine turned pink. I'm not sure why it's pink right now. But these are actually color changing cups. So kids, if you haven't used your cup, then you need to put something cold in it. It's because it's cold here. That's why.
Is it because it's cold there in Colorado and so it legit turned pink? That's amazing.
Yeah, so if you put cold liquid in it, it actually changes color. And every kid has like a different color. So if you haven't used it, you should use it and find out what color you have.
Taste the rainbow.
And then we have these super fun stamps because, every teacher loves to stamp like your work after you do it. So I made these stamps and they say, you're doing a magical job. So you can give yourself a stamp. Your parents can give you a stamp, whatever.
This might be the favorite thing my girls have had thus far. They, for a solid day, went around stamping everything.
Amazing. I got a picture within 10 minutes dropping off a box from a parent of their child who stamped every part of their body.
Yep. That's what it was.
And then this was something that I was really excited to put in there, and I loved the kids made the connection. So we use these during children's church, and this is a way for them to be able to pay attention and not touch each other while we're listening to the story. And so many of the kids in the videos open the boxes and were like, these are the things we use at church, which was just like really heartwarming for me to be able to see like the kids made the connection. And
so
then
I
last,
love that because it ties us back to like the physical, right? Like these were things that we did when we were together in person. I wish that was the case for my kids, but really it just became a weapon for them. Like they've just been beating each other with these, and our little guy is trying to keep up with the sisters. And so anytime he gets one that was laying on the floor, then he's just developed this thing where he goes hi-ya, which has just been really a thing that we're trying to stop. So, but in general, they're really fun.
Parents, you can remind your kids that we did have some rules at children's church with these, which was that they had to stay in your hand and that they could not touch other people. So those were the rules.
That's an important rule that my kids did not get. I will take that home today.
And then lastly, just a little bit of fun. So some silly string and some bubbles, just a way for you guys to go outside and hang out. I got a video that immediately was, I think one of the kids out of the box, he goes, hey mom, are you ready? And she goes, absolutely not.
Yeah, you definitely want to be outside with these for sure.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So, big thanks to all the folks who helped and just put in your donations and support to make these boxes happen. I loved hearing from our families how much meaningful this was to them and their kids. And we put these together because of that. The kids need something to look forward to. And with school not being back in person, it's so tough. And I wanted to bring a little bit of joy. So I'm really excited you guys are going to see the video today of our kids opening the boxes themselves.
Yeah, our beloved Dexter worked real hard to put this video together, and parents, thank you so much for sending in all that footage. It's going to be a really cool experience with worship. Just an invitation to your parents, and whether it's parents or grandparents or family members or friends, whatever the case may be, like, we know this is a really hard time, right? And I feel like we're trying to, we mention it regularly, and we do that intentionally because it's not like we mentioned it last week and now all of a sudden everything's better, right? We're still sitting in the midst of all of this, and there's a lot of grief that's associated. And so this is just an invitation too to reach out to us and let us know, both for your student or your kid or your child, like whatever we can do as a church to help support them. Whether that's like, this box was a huge hit, when can we do our next one? Great. Like, if that's really something that we can, I know Victoria's like, we invested so much time into that, but if that's something that really made a big difference in your kid's life, that's what we want to do, because we feel the absence as well. And so whatever we can do to help be physically present, we want to do that as much as possible, but also to you, right? We want to help empower you as parents and as grandparents, and whatever we can do as a church to help with that. Let this be an invitation to say, like, reach out to us and let us know what we can be doing to help. One of the things, it's not just the fact that we're in a global pandemic and kids are trying to figure out what back to school looks like, but there's also a lot of like racial unrest in our country as well, right? And so one of the things we did on Thursday was we had an anti-racist parenting gathering. We had a really great turnout and some really some really fantastic conversation, right? Like, some of it was actually fun, and that, like, we did share in some really good storytelling and stuff, but we were led by one of your friends, Vic, right? Like, a really good friend of yours who does a lot of anti-racist training. So these are things that we want to do. You want to talk a little bit about what led up to that point, and then a little bit what happened on Thursday and what we have for the future too?
Sure. So I've said this before, and I try to say this often, but I really think that the church has a role in supporting parents. And I think as I kind of look at the way that churches have kind of only provided for kids and youth, I think there's a huge gap, because as I've talked to parents, that there's this big need that you all want to be better parents. And part of what I want to do is support you in that work. And so we've been doing parent talks over the past really like almost 2 years now. And as the conversations about racial justice, and, a lot of you guys are having these conversations with your kids, I've also been hearing, I don't know how to talk to my kids about race. Like, I don't know what to say to them. I don't know what language to use. We want to teach them the right things, but we don't know. We're learning ourselves. So how do we do it with our kids? And so that was really where this first parent talk was kind of born out of, was like, how do we do kind of a quick primer on just the basics of, what's the difference between race and ethnicity, and, what language do we use, and the stuff that's tough. And I think that we had a really great conversation on Thursday. And one of the things that kind of came out of it is that we would love to put together an anti-racist parenting cohort we are looking for towards the fall for about 6 weeks. And we would be asking for some families. We'd keep it small, but families that would want to commit a financial commitment and a time commitment to saying, we're really interested in kind of digging in deeper and focusing more on how do we talk to our kids about this? What do we do as these challenges come up? What do we do when our kids come home and they've learned things that are inappropriate? How do we correct them as parents without hurting them? Because we know that these are really tough conversations, and I want to be with you as you walk through these things. And so I'm really excited about this, because I was really encouraged by the turnout we had. I mean, we had almost like 30% of all of our families that signed up, which is probably the highest attended like online event that we've had. And that's really amazing to me. And it indicated to me and to the staff that there's really a lot of interest in this. And so I'm looking forward to doing that as we're moving into the fall. And if that's something you're interested in, I would love to hear from you. You're welcome to comment here too. And I'm happy to reach out to you. But yeah, let us know if that's something you want to join. We're looking to, start it October, September, whatever works for you guys. So let us know if that's something you're interested in. And we would love to have you join us in those tough conversations, but the necessary conversations.
Yeah, so we all wear various hats, right? And so Thursday, I really got to just way more wear my parent hat. It was really encouraging for me, because I was even having a rough week with everything that's been going on. And so having the opportunity to sit down and kind of just process through a lot of this stuff, I'm gonna say this, in as safe as a space as could be, right? Like, we can't always determine what a safe space is, but it was people that I felt comfortable being vulnerable and sharing with. And I think that was the case for everybody who was there, right? Like, it felt like a space where even if you didn't know you were saying the right thing or not, you could still say it, and it was a space where that was welcome. And then like both our leader as well as everyone else was kind of giving feedback of like, well, I've heard this, but I've heard this, so it's just a space where you can come with the questions and the uncertainty that you have. And so again, thank you for hosting that, Vic, and I do look forward to the future of that we just need more opportunity to have these conversations, and so I'm looking forward to continuing that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, thanks so much for taking the time this morning to join us. We're all slightly jealous in the fact that you have this phenomenal background back there, but we're glad that you're getting a little bit of rest and a little bit of time away, so you guys enjoy your time up there. For everybody else, thanks so much for joining us for the Sunday Sit Down. We'll be back with worship here in just a few minutes. Thanks for being here. Vic, thanks, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Hope you
Bye,
guys stay warm.
Right, thanks.